There's a bittersweet feeling about this because the reason why this started is possibly coming to an end, but let's actually jump into it. It's Update Mondays! It's never felt so good. What's going on with you guys? TheCaliEffect, king of games here, and today I have a very, very special announcement to make. So if you guys know, at the beginning of this year, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. This is a disease where your immune system will attack itself. It's very painful, it's crippling, and it's probably one of the worst things you could ever have. When I was first diagnosed with this disease, I contemplated suicide. Seriously, I contemplated putting a bullet through my brain because not only did the body that I took care of so well, that I cherished, failed me, is because I was in excruciating pain. But then that's when I met this amazing doctor, and of course with the help of Sabrina, my coach, the doctor, and everyone else that has supported me, including you guys, I just got my test results back. And it's negative. It's negative. It's negative. Oh my God. Oh shit. We are in remission, guys. That's right, guys. We have beat rheumatoid arthritis' ass so bad that it went back to where it came from. It is insane that that has happened to us. And for everyone out there that is suffering from something, know that even when you're at the lowest of your low, there is an end to it. For every single one of life's obstacles we have met head on, and we will not stop beating every single challenge. I accept any challenges. The king of games is too strong. The hard work, family, determination, and most importantly, getting back to that gym has paid off. It's been insane, just like these other insane decks that I'm going to be talking to you guys about. Now, there are some awesome, very, very low-key decks into the meta that you guys should be looking at. And in this video, of course, the king of games is going to be explaining to you why they are so great. So, of course, if you want to see more content like this, then be sure to destroy that subscribe button, but also be sure to hit that notification bell because, well, we are the literal definition of too strong. Also, if you guys want to join a group of exclusivity and learn more about these particular strategies or just anything in between with the TheCaliEffect, consider joining my Patreon, as that's where it goes down. Without further ado, let's jump on in and talk about these insane Yu-Gi-Oh strategies that you probably should be looking at. The first strategy I want to talk to you guys will have a young boy Striker jumping out of his seat, as now I have to acknowledge as Rocket Dragon Link as one of the most insane strategies in Yu-Gi-Oh that you guys are sleeping on. Even with the loss of Guard Dragon LP and Striker Dragon 2-1, this deck has found a way to still be successful. Back when Rocket Dragon Link was one of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh!, cards like Nibiru the Primal Being and Droll Lockbird were being mainboarded to be able to not only stop other strategies, but it hit Rocket Dragon Link fairly hard. Now the top hand traps in this format are Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veiler. What do we tell them? These cards are just flat out not good against Rocket Dragon Link, as how the deck functions, as long as it has those dragon monsters on the field, it doesn't really care about those effects being negated. That was just like, I don't know, extra stuff. Kind of like when you make the cheesiest grilled cheese sandwich and the extra cheese falls off. It ain't that much of a biggie, we got the cheese. Another amazing thing about Rocket Dragon Link is that even some of its most simplistic boards, like Heretic Seal of Heavenly Sphere and Dragon Maid Tidying, can give some of the top strategies fits. I personally feel that Rocket Dragon Link is more suited as a mid-range deck now, making those simplistic boards and then relying on your hand traps to disrupt your opponent and then following up when you have the opportunity to go for game. Regardless, if Rocket Dragon Link is played right, you could be blasting off again into the top tables. Now, taking advantage of simple effect negation can literally go both ways. We talked about how Rocket Dragon Link simply dodges cards like Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veiler, but what if we look into why these cards are so powerful? If you do, you realize that Phantom Knights is probably the king of effect negation in this format, just because it can put an almost infinite amount of negations on the field. Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, and Dark Requiem Exceed provide enough negations between the two, with Appaloosa having up to 4 negates and your Dark Requiem having up to 3 itself, as well as the ability to special summon an Exceed monster to your side of the field. If it's pointed to a Rusty Varnish, you can destroy a card. We haven't even talked about how Phantom Knight's Fogblade is the most searchable effect negation card and can serve as a monster reborn for the Phantom Knight strategy. Phantom Knight is also extremely good in the grind game due to the Phantom Knight trap cards being able to special summon those Phantom Knight monsters from the graveyard, and your Phantom Knight monsters effects themselves also have graveyard effects that give you so much advantage, allowing you to steamroll your opponent. As stated before, Phantom Knights are so insane right now, strictly because we know monster effect negation is king, and well, this just so happens to be the king of negating monster effects. Now, when I say the Secret Slayer set, a lot of people think of Eldritch, and it's for fair reason. Eldritch has been a very competitive deck since its inception, but what a lot of players just seem to have forgotten about is how Adamantimators came along and literally made a mechanic competitive for the first time ever. I'm looking at you, Sylvans. You had one shot to make excavating good, and you just gave it away. We're still planting the seeds to hope that you're better. You're no longer a learning center, though. Adamantimators are one of the very few strategies that don't care about hand traps, simply because Quackimiru Guardian can exist as a monster as your first summon, which of course can contribute itself to negate the activation of monster effects, but can also be excavated off of your rock monsters to special summon itself and then prevent your opponent from stopping you when you try to go into your most clutch plays. And while we did lose Block Dragon some time ago, I think players that play the rocks are pretty much over it, as making Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon is extremely good in this Yu-Gi-Oh meta. Not only can this strategy hard make the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, but it also can synchro summon into Satellite Warrior on your opponent's turn, allowing them to destroy at least 3 cards on your opponent's side of the field, as there will be 3 synchro monsters in the graveyard. I think it's safe to say that Adamantimator is completely insane, or better yet, rock solid into this meta, and you probably should start excavating for some of these cards, as, I don't know, they kinda strong. And while we are digging through some of the most insane strategies, we might as well just unearth Earth Machine, as this strategy is a collaboration of Machina, Infinite Track, Ancient Gear, and of course Trains. The premise of this strategy is to be able to a lot, but nothing. Earth Machine almost seemingly has no strategy whatsoever, but if you start off with Machina Metal Cruncher or Infinite Track Harvester, you can make some pretty huge gains. This strategy literally digs through your deck, giving you so much advantage through Infinite Track Tunneler, being able to put 5 Earth Machine monsters in the graveyard is a walk in the park, as well as being able to summon Double-Headed Knucker Angler to be able to special summon those machine monsters at will. Earth Machine is powerful in this format, similar to how Rocket Dragon Link is. Your opponent can throw as many hand traps as they would like at the strategy, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. The cool thing about Earth Machine is that while your opponent is losing cards, you're more than likely gaining cards and destroying cards through Machina Overdrive. And the last strategy is completely bonkers right now. I actually even thought about doing a live duel and possibly a deck profile on it because I know that people love this strategy. Thunder Dragons made their debut in the Metal Raiders set, but hold on, that's way too far. Let's talk about present day. Basically, how this strategy works is that it runs through its most powerful cards in Thunder Dragon Dark and Thunder Dragon Roar. These guys have some pretty decent hand effects, but the most important effect is when they are sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, they actually can trigger some nifty effects like special summoning other Thunder Dragon monsters to your side of the field or adding other Thunder Dragon cards from your deck to your hand. With that being said, they actually fuel one of the most powerful archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Chaos, being able to special summon Chaos Creator or your Chaos Dragon Levianeer by banishing these Thunder cards not only allow you to extend your engine by getting additional cards, but also fuels the effects of both your Chaos Creator and Levianeer. And of course, Thunder Dragon may not seem like an amazing card, but discarding this card to gain 2 more cards to your hand, ooh, that actually comes up a lot. Thunder Dragon is so insane in this format because it is a combo breaker deck. This deck is actually built to be able to break the type of boards that your opponent makes, excellent at going second, and of course is an engine so you can play it in other strategies, like if you want to play Crusadia or Rocket Dragon Link, or just make this an all-out going second chaos deck. Well, that is all that I have for insane Yu-Gi-Oh decks for this format. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and check out these videos as they are amazing CaliEffect content like blah, virtuoso. And also remember guys, anything can be accomplished as long as you put your mind into it, have your heart in it, and of course, have people backing you up. As always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next